Morning, Pride League. I'd like to start off by saying, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. No, I'm a little upset. The season hasn't gone the way I intended, so I'm a little, ornery, if you will. But let's my problems are not necessarily your problems. Some of you are having a great holiday season, so let's get to it. Right, last week we had a great week 12 for some. Let's just take a look at my picks, which were also the ire of my entire fantasy existence. How do we do this? Classy strippers versus Hollywood Cole brothers. Classy strippers got that. I kind of knew that. This is the West Coast Giants versus Wubba Lubba Dub Dub. I picked the West Coast Giants. I knew those guys were going to show up. And obviously, they're showing up to knock me out of the playoffs. Wubba Lubba Dub Dub takes that L, gives it to the Giants. Then we got Agent Smith going up against Griffey Cakes. Agent Smith won that just like I thought he would. But Griffey Cakes is sitting pretty. He's in a positive record, looking very fondly into the sunset of what the playoffs could be. Anyway. But I think that was the extent of what I got correct. We've got Disabled Vigilantes going up against Stacking Yards. Stacking Yards just kind of obliterated me in that monster showing of what a fantasy stud can do to a team that is suffering. Anyway, I got that one wrong. Another one I got wrong, which would have been weird because I thought Dunder Mifflin was the worst team of the league, but nope, ADP proves me wrong yet again, taking that L to Dunder Mifflin and crew. What else did I get wrong? I thought the boss would upset Unfuckwittable. Oh boy, was I wrong about that. Unfuckwittable takes that. Kind of posturing to see who gets that first round bye. It's going to be a very, very tricky situation come week 14, but it'll all pan out, I'm sure. What else did I got Dynasty Sage versus Bull City. I thought Bull City was going to come off this night, but no. Dynasty Sage says, I'm preparing for next year. Watch me work. And Dynasty Sage gets that victory against the limping Bull City. If there was any team that I thought would be worse than mine, or worse felt than mine right now, it's definitely Bull City. Like, he had some opportunities to take some dubs too, and, this, that, and the other. You're sitting in the back of the bus with ADP and Dunder Mifflin and company, right? So I was 3 or 4 for my picks. Another dismal weekend picks. That's just not how it should go. But there is a new week, all right? And, people that are really looking for this to be a new week, a turn a new leaf would be our fantasy dud, Bull City. Nobody wants to be last. I mean, the way the draft picks were flying all over the place, unless you really picked ADP and took all his picks, you're kind of sitting weird, So being last place is something that is going to weigh on you heavily as we go into the next season because it will be mentioned quite a bit. So nobody wants to fall to last place. And then we got our fantasy stud, who came in and snatched playoff reality from my mouth. It was in my jaws. I could taste it. And then the fantasy stud, Stacking Yards, said, no, I'm just going to shit all over what you're trying to do while 3 of my running backs get Either way, made some terrible decisions this season. A lot of that has to do with mild hubris, thinking that those running backs would maintain their health all year. Kind of banking on it. And, yeah. Anyway, overall, I'm 49-35 on my picks. But there is always next week. Speaking of which, what are we doing next week? I'll tell you. Let's just go down the list Forget ranking them. At this point, we kind of know who's going to win. We got Wubba Lubba Dub Dub going up against Disabled Vigilantes, and my team is a mess. I don't know who to start. I don't know who's injured. I don't know. It's freaking insane right now. So, I give Wubba Lubba Dub Dub the win. Fuck it. Who cares, right? ADP versus Classy Strippers. Giving that the Classy Strippers because ADP couldn't find the end zone if that shit was tied to his... Okay. Starting to get a little bit excited. I need to rein this in and be object. Classy Strippers with the dub. We got Unfuckwittable going up against Hollywood Cole Brothers. Those guys have thrown in the towel equally as much. And going up against Unfuckwittable, that has to be demoralizing. Unfuckwittable gets that victory. Think this might be the week I get all of these picks right. We got Griffey Cakes going up against Dunder Mifflin. Unless Griffey Cakes sits all his players, I'm going to give Griffey Cakes this win. But don't get too relaxed. You don't want to lose out. Being 7-7 could put you in the back of the bus too. So, Griffey Cakes gets this dub, kind of secures his place in the playoffs. We've got Bull City going up against the Boss. That's an easy one. The Boss goes ahead and moves forward. I mean, this is only 7 get in. And right now there's 8 people vying, actively vying for this. So I give the win to the Boss. We got Stacking Yards going up against Agent Smith. This is where I could fumble the bag here, but I'm giving it to Stacking Yards. The Texans defense has been not as terrible as their record would indicate, but I have a feeling that John knocks this shit out the park, probably gets somewhere closer to 150 yards and 2 touches at a minimum. Not to mention he's got crazy splash players. We'll see if they show up, but I'm giving this to Stacking Yards over Agent Smith. That's the game of the week. Obviously, that's one I think everyone will be paying attention for, seeing who grabs the bye. We've got the West Coast Giants going up against Dynasty Sage. About them. The Giants have a chance to go to the playoffs. I don't think they let Dynasty Sage sneak this away from them. It's early, fellas. And my blood pressure is already up. I don't like this. I don't like being on the outside looking in. I don't like not being participant in the spoils of war. It's been a long season, and I'm not doing well in any of my leagues. I may cry like a toddler. I've been around children all week. So if my emotions spill onto the floor like a apple juice or a chocolate milk, feel free to call me out on it. But I think it's deserving. I hate you guys. But it's a thin line between love and hate, you know what I mean? There'll be times when I love you guys, but at the moment, every one of you can go, okay, I'm okay. Power rankings. Let's finish this up. This will be a really quick video. At the back of the bus, we've got ADP. Good on Dunder Mifflin, moving up to 13, getting that victory. I got Dynasty Sage at 12. We've got Hollywood Cole Brothers at 11. Bull City at 10. I'll put myself at 9. I deserve to be back here with the Lepers. Disabled Vigilantes at 9. I'll put the Giants at 8. I think Classy Strippers has the greater chance of going to the playoffs. I'll put Classy Strippers at 7. Griffey Cakes at 6. Wubba Lubba Dub Dub at 5. We've got the Boss at 4. Agent Smith at 3. Unfuckwittable. I'll put you at 2 for now because I think Stack has the best team in the league. Stack, you get the number 1 spot this week. Kudos, my guy. That's pretty much it, guys. Unless you guys just want to really hear me rant and rave about how the Texans had a poor season, how Disabled Vigilantes in 2 separate Dynasty leagues had... I'm not going to do this to myself. I'm going to go have a good day. It's Thursday. This might be a narcotics. I think some edibles are due. Yep. This will be an edible-filled day today. Oh, maybe not. There's some things I could do today. It's December. We got cold weather. regardless about my inner turmoil about what I'm going to be doing today. But it just probably won't result in a good fantasy outing. Should Wubba Lubba Dub Dub lose this week, though, I think I have a fair shot at being in contention. But as someone pointed out in Discord, I have a feeling this is curtains, boys. This is not a good look for your broadcast commissioner. We're at 10:30. I've said all I needed to say. This will get more exciting once I, finally can solidify myself on the outside, and then I can really focus on the playoffs. I'm looking forward to doing some playoff broadcasting. Who knows? We might even get some guests in this motherfucker. We'll see. We might save guests for next season. But I am interested in hearing what most of you motherfuckers got to say, especially on how hard the season has been, what surprises you liked, what you didn't like, what you most liked about the season. We might get some playoff guests. I'm in the mood for that. I'm in the mood for that, my guy. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can finagle some guest appearances on this weekly predictions and results. All right, I'm done. Tired of thinking about this. I gotta go walk this dog. All right. Hope everybody has a pleasant week. Except Wubba Lubba Dub Dub. That guy can go fucking, I don't know. Don't you got a baby to take care of, motherfucker? You don't worry about fucking fantasy football. Take care of your kid. Anyway, hope everybody has a great week. Peace.